Ryder has written this poem, which is called The Palace Rap. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 verses. I think it does, yeah, it does rhyme in some places. And you might have noticed with all the poems that we've looked at together that there is definitely rhythm to poems. That's what makes them a little bit different to prose, is that in verse, in poetry, there is a rhythm that you say the words to. And this one's got one too. Have a listen. The Palace Rap by Cynthia Ryder. There once was a queen as proud as can be. She was filled to the brim with dignity, until a drummer from a distant land came to play in the royal band. And he played with a pitter and a pit-pit-pat, and he played with a pappity rat-tat-tat. And the queen she heard in the drum's wild beat something that made her tap her feet. And her feet went a-tapping, and her hands went a-clapping, and she said, I'm the queen who's going to go a-rapping. So she rapped with a pitter and a pit-pit-pat, and she rapped with a rappity rat-tat-tat. So she rapped around the ballroom, she rapped around the throne, but she didn't like a rapping all on her own. So the page boy, the footman, the cook and the maid rapped around the palace all that day. And they rapped out into the palace yard just in time for the changing of the guard. And the soldiers threw their caps in the air, and they rapped up and down Trafalgar Square. And the tourists, the shoppers and the city folk too all said, what fun, let's join in too. So they rapped with a pitter and a pit-pit-pat, and they rapped with a rappity rat-tat-tat, and they rapped all day and they rapped all night, and you never ever saw such a pit-pat, rip-rap, pitter-patter, ripper-rapper, rappity-clappity, rip-rap sight. Ah, yes, love that one. It's time for Venga Venga. Here we go. Venga Venga. Venga Venga. What's the time? What's the time? Pumpkin. Pumpkin. The dragon is coming. The dragon is coming. Pineapple. Pineapple. Hide your gold, hide your gold. Hide your gold, hide your gold. Don't let me trick you. Uno. Uno. Uno dos. Uno dos. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Ole. Ole. As small as a mouse. Remember, it's the elephant. Yeah, let's try it. As small as a mouse. Uh-huh. As small as a mouse. Uh-huh. As big as an elephant. Coming quick. As big as an elephant. Hula hula. Gotcha. Hula hula. I'm looking for the man who's got my pa. I'm looking for the man who's got my pa. Save the world. Save the world. Make sure you keep that nice and quick. Don't be the last superhero to save the world. Here we go. Save the world. Save the world. Venga, venga. Pineapple. Pumpkin. What's the time? Save the world. The dragon is coming. Keep up. The dragon is coming. Ooh la la. Boom. Ha ha. Boom. Ah. Ah. I'm looking for the man who's got my pa. Pumpkin. Superhero. Superhero. But darling, I love you. But darling, I love you. You bet you are. You bet you are. I'm a star. I'm a star. I'm looking for the man who's got my pa. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. I'm going to trick you. Uno dos. Ha! Gotcha. Uno dos. Remember, it's uno. Uno dos. Uno dos. Venga, venga. What's the time? I'm speeding up. What's the time? Mr. Wolf, Mr. Wolf. Pumpkin, 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 ha, pumpkin. I'm looking at the man who's got my paw. I'm looking at the man who's got my paw. As small as a mouse, as small as a mouse. How'd you go, how'd you go? How'd you go, how'd you go? The dragon is coming. The dragon is coming. What's the time? What's the time? Pumpkin, save the world. Ha! Pumpkin, save the world. Ha! Pumpkin, pumpkin, gotcha. Pumpkin, pineapple, pineapple. I'm looking at the man who's got my paw. Ooh la la, ooh la la. Give me some flamenco. Ooh la la, yes. Ooh la la. You bet you are. You bet you are. But darling, I love you. But darling, I love you. Boom. Boom. Yeah, you know I'm going to trick you. Boom. Boom. Don't let me trick you. Ah. Ah. I'm looking for the man who's got my paw. The dragon is coming. The dragon is coming. You bet you are. Yes, a wonderful one to finish on. Well done. So, my darlings, it is time for what? You've done a bit of Venga Venga. Yes, you've had a poem to listen to. Yes, that's right. It's time for a poem to share. This one is a new poem for me, so it's very exciting because it means we're going to share it together, which is, oh, so much fun. It's written by somebody called J. Patrick Lewis. Wonder what the J stands for. John? Jamal? Who knows? But that's the name of the person that wrote this, J. Patrick Lewis. And he wrote this poem called Sand House. And it's about how he made a house from, no, not bubbles, from sand. Yeah, I knew you knew. I knew you knew. So, I'm going to do my usual, okay? I'm going to read through the poem. I might read it through twice, this one, because this poem needs us to really use our imagination and see in our imagination, if we close our eyes, the sand house that the poem is talking about, okay? So I think I'll read it through twice, then I'll add some actions, and then you can help me. Oh, are you ready? Good listening. Sand House by J. Patrick Lewis. I built a house one afternoon with bucket, cup and tablespoon, then scooped a shovel full of shore on top to add the second floor. But when the fingers of the sea reached up and waved a wave to me, it tumbled down like dominoes and disappeared between my toes. So J. Patrick Lewis is talking about when he built a sand castle, but he calls it a what? A sand house. And what happened when he built the sand and he made it higher and higher, but then the waves from the sea came and met the sand, came up to the shore, and it, he says tumbled down. I like that. It all fell down between his toes. Have another listen. Sand House by J. Patrick Lewis. I built a house one afternoon with bucket, cup and tablespoon, then scooped a shovel full of shore on top to add the second floor. But when the fingers of the sea reached up and waved a wave to me, it tumbled down like dominoes and disappeared between my toes. Oh, that's great. So we're going to try it, but no, I think I'll do some actions first. How about I add the actions, then we'll do that all together, yeah? So, Sand House by J. Patrick Lewis. Here I go. I built a house one afternoon with bucket, cup and tablespoon, then scooped a shovel full of shore on top to add the second floor. But when the fingers of the sea reached up and waved a wave to me. It tumbled down like dominoes and disappeared between my toes. Oh, so much fun. Now, there is a word in here. When you have a spade or a shovel or a tablespoon and you pick something up using that spoon or using that shovel or using that spade, sometimes you can, and that means to scoop something up, to scoop something up like ice cream, or an ice cream scoop. So if you've got a shovel or a spoon or a spade and you use it to pick something up like sand, you can scoop it up. Yeah, scoop it up. That's one word I wanted to talk to you about. The other one I wanted to mention, was the word shore. Shore. Can you say shore? Yes. When you go to the beach, you've got the waves and you've got the sand. Where the waves and the sand meet and say hello, that's what we call the shore. Yeah? So remember, you've got the sea. Can you do the sea for me? Wonderful. And you've got the sand. And when they meet, oh, wait for it, wait for it, oh, that's what we call the shore. Okay? That's the shore. So, are you ready? Let's have a go all together, saying the words and doing the actions. What did we do? Fingers high, fingers low, fingers fast, fingers slow. Sandhouse by J. Patrick Lewis. Here we go. I built a house one afternoon with bucket, cup and tablespoon, then scooped a shovel full of shore on top to add the second floor. But when the fingers of the sea reached up and waved a wave to me, it tumbled down like dominoes and disappeared between my toes. Now, I've got to admit, Miss Naomi was a little bit cheeky. I'm really sorry, but I put in an extra action. Oh, because it was so good. And it's the one about the shore. So we're going to do that again, but we're going to do it with all the actions. Are you ready? Yes. Sandhouse by J. Patrick Lewis. I built a house one afternoon with bucket, cup and tablespoon, then scooped a shovel full of shore on top to add the second floor. But when the fingers of the sea reached up and waved a wave to me, it tumbled down like dominoes and disappeared between my toes. Oh! See, that's the wonderful thing when you build a sand house or a sand castle. Is when you build it and build it and build it with all the sand. When the sea's ready, it's just going to come and say, that's a beautiful sand house. That's a beautiful sand castle. But now I'm going to mix up with it and take it back to the sea. I love that. Shall I do it? Shall I? All right then. I'll leave the words of the poem up at the end, okay? So you can go back and check the words and you can put your own actions in, you can copy mine, and then you can show somebody. I think that will be really, really great. Okay? I'll see you soon. Take care, my darlings. Take care. Bye.